What's Good podcast.
Are you ready?
Your number.
Hey, ladies and gents, this is your girl, Brianna Javon, with another episode of What's Good podcast. As you guys know, we are still in the retail season for season 4, and we're just going to continue going and making it happen. As you guys know, we do not have interviews. Instead, we have genuine conversations. So, everyone say hello to our guest of the day, Taquicia. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. All right, so as you guys know, we always get started with icebreakers. Are you ready for your icebreaker?
I think so.
Okay. Your icebreaker. In the beginning, what motivates you to become an entrepreneur?
In the beginning, it was for my kids, just something to possibly leave down to them or leave for them. But over time, it shifted. I realized that my children couldn't be my only motivation. It had to come from, I had to be motivated for myself.
Mhm.
So it shifted from my children to myself so that I can feel that I can have a sense of pride about, something that I'm doing and putting out there for people. So
I love that so much. And with that being stated, we always start off, as far as the genuine conversation, who is the guest? So for you, who is Taquicia?
oh goodness. Taquicia is a variety of things. I'm somewhat shy sometimes, kind of awkward. I feel, that book by Issa Rae, Misadventures of Awkward Black Girl. I
Yeah.
identify with that book so much. So I feel that's me. I'm a mother too. I'm a sister, friend. Gosh, just so many. That's a tough question. It's kind of hard to sum it up in just like a few words. But I think I'm a genuine person. To sum it all up, I'm a genuine person to those that I care about. So I'm a pretty genuine person.
I love that. So with that being stated, when you started your business, and we're going to get into Sweet November,
Okay.
when you start being an entrepreneur, of course, you have your 9 to 5, you have family, and now you have a business.
Right.
What did that look like for you as far as not balancing, but just making sure that you have control of all the different parts within your life?
Honestly, I was a hot mess. Because I didn't know. It's kind of like you have this idea of what you want your life to look like,
Mhm.
personal, business, professional, and it doesn't always go that way. Something is always going to come along and interrupt the flow. Maybe not interrupt, but something is always going to happen, come up. So it's tough in the beginning, and still today, it's still tough trying to balance everything. I really don't even think there is a balance. Like today, my son had a game, but I had, things that I needed to do for myself. And so he understands, which makes it a little bit easier, but it's still like, dang, I want to be there for everything, but I know that I can't. So I just try not to be too hard on myself for when I have to miss things. And that's for work, since we're still at home, that helps with, with me being able to make candles and things like that. So that helps a little bit, but it's still just trying to find that balance between time for myself and not always, working 24/7, even for my full-time job. But it's tough. It's still tough, so I haven't quite figured that part out yet. I just try to do the best that I can.
Yeah, I definitely understand. And so how do you prioritize your time to say, okay, I know I have to do this, okay, I gotta be here or I gotta be there. How do you prioritize your time as far as 24 hours in a day?
24 hours. Well, I won't say I try. What I've started doing is for my candles, I'll make like a lot of product ahead of time, so that when things come up, I have that inventory available. Even on my breaks and my lunches, I try to, get get that. So I kind of intertwine everything. So when it comes time for like my son's games or going to my daughter's suite. She's an esthetician, but anyways, just doing things like that, so I find ways to kind of incorporate them all at at the same time if I can, so.
Do you feel that you being an entrepreneur kind of is an opening for your kids to own their own businesses as well? Because I know you just mentioned that your daughter's an esthetician, right?
Right.
So do you feel like this lane that you're opening is now helping out? As because your kids watch you, right?
Right,
So
right.
I don't have any kids that's watching me, but I know my nephew. It's like
Mhm.
I'll always want him to know that there's always going to be opportunities.
Right.
So do you feel that this is a lane to say, hey, if mom can do this, you guys can do it as well?
Mhm. Oh, absolutely. My daughter, she's fearless, when it comes to just, you know, she went to school, got her license, decided she wanted to open a suite. And I've always taught them to um, just go after it. Whatever you want to do, regardless of what anyone has to say or think, just go after it, so that you can do what you need to do now at a young age so you can do what you want to do, as you get older, And so they both recognize that she actually went out and leased a suite. And I was like, why would you do that?
Mhm.
Why would you do everything that I've always told you to do? And now you're doing it. And I'm like, oh, don't do it.
Mhm.
So I have to, even though I'm still the parent, I have to separate the two. I have to, when she comes to me for, we're talking about business, I have to put Taquicia, the mother, aside and speak to her as Taquicia, a business owner. So it's like a parent, you want to protect them from everything. Like, why would you do that? But at the same time, I get it, because I've often found myself stuck because I'm like, oh, I have to do this. I really want to do this, but this is what I need to do, And she's just like, I don't care. I'm gonna do it regardless, And my son, he's getting there. He's getting there. So yeah.
I love that. I love that. All right, so let's go ahead and get into Sweet November. How did we get into you making your own products and
Mhm.
why specifically candles?
Years ago, a friend asked, did I want to start a business? I had never in my life thought about starting a business, had no interest in it or anything.
Mhm.
But during the time when he brought the idea to me, I was actually going through a lot in my personal life.
Mhm.
So it was actually very therapeutic in a way. So I actually started with like body butters and all that stuff. But over time, I don't know, I bought a candle kit, didn't know what I was doing. I didn't bother read the instructions. I was just like, you just melt this wax, put this wick in.
You just went for it.
I just went for it. And it was a hot mess. It was terrible,
Mhm.
So I was like, oh, maybe that's not for me. But I don't know how I ended up back into candles. I think I actually like the feel of the wax, blending the fragrances. And there's so much testing involved. I don't even think people understand how much testing goes involved with making candles. But yeah, so I just made that transition from body products to just strictly candles or home fragrance goods. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, I really enjoy creating those candles.
All right, so you brought it up. Now I want to kind of elaborate on it.
Okay.
Talk to us about the process when it comes to making the different fragrances.
Oh gosh, it just depends. It just depends because there's so many variables, like I like more earthy type, woodsy type scents. So that's what I make for myself,
Mhm.
Um, like for example, mahogany soul. I don't know. I don't think that's the one you have. I don't think.
No, it's not mahogany. So it's like it's sitting right there looking at me too, but I don't want to get up.
Oh, it's Sweet Voyage. That's what you have.
That's what mine is. Yes.
Yes. So, mahogany soul is like it's a combination of different woods, like cedar wood, mahogany has a little teak wood in it,
Mhm.
and a little hint of lavender, a little bit of vanilla. I like to say that if Black Love had a scent, that would be it. So that's where the name came from. So I try to create things that I'm inspired by, which is Black love. I am inspired by that.
Mhm.
Um, let's see, Sweet Voyage. That one was inspired by my grandmother. She wasn't my biological grandmother, but she didn't treat me any different. Show any difference between my sisters and I. She used to take my sisters and on the most random road trips, like 12 o'clock, let's go to Louisiana, let's go to Houston, wherever. So that's why I named it Sweet Voyage.
Mhm.
Um, let's see, Coconut Dreams is an infusion of coconut and vanilla, which reminds me of my maternal grandmother. She just always had like this warm, sweet scent of vanilla to me. So that's where that comes from. There's one more that I'm forgetting. I should know this, but it slips my mind right now.
It's all good. So I was just thinking about my experiences with buying
Hmm.
candles. You just get the candle.
Hmm.
The experience with you,
Hmm.
it comes with utensils, and I
Yes.
have to know why. I mean, I love it. I
Hmm.
absolutely love it. But I want to know the story behind why you want to add the wick trimmer
Hmm. And a snuffer.
and the snuffer.
Because to me, burning candles is more than just you're burning it and then you go about your business. It's like a whole, it's like an entire experience to me. The wick trimmer helps preserve, it helps keep your candle looking, not if you care for it the correct way. Like I say, it's a whole thing with candles, keeping your wick trim to make your candle, look nice or presentable.
Mhm.
Um, and keeping your wick trim also helps prevent that black soot from, you know,
Yeah.
forming around the glass and not burning it all day, which we do it,
Mhm.
we don't. There's a label on the bottom of the candle that I'm pretty sure no one reads. And the snuffer, um, I like it because really you're not supposed to blow out the flame
Mhm.
on a candle. You're supposed to smother it. So rather than using the lid, the snuffer just adds a nice little effect to it. So that's why, like I said, candle burning is an entire experience to
Mhm.
me personally. So
I love it. Like every time I light it, I get excited with putting it out. I don't
right. You know what? When I make candles, I try not to make candles. Like if I've had a bad day, I won't make any products. So I'm very intentional
know.
when I make my products. Like I have a whole like playlist. So if you ever next time you light it, if you get the urge to listen to New Edition, that's probably why.
Wow, because I do listen to music when I have it lit. I really
So
do, because I have my own little playlist, my little Gideon.
mhm.
It'd be a whole mood up in this room.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like it's a whole it's an event, you know.
Mhm. Love it. And the scent, I mean, everything. It's just a whole experience. When I opened up the box, it was
Mhm.
like one goodie, two goodie, three goodie. It's not just a candle. It's a whole experience.
That's what I'm saying. It's a whole experience. So
So
like I
I
said, it's
definitely.
more than just the candle. You know what I mean? So I want when people receive it, I want them to feel like, oh, okay, this is not just, you know, some candle. It's there's meaning behind it and there's purpose behind it. So
Yes, it is. And it's so exciting. That's why I
I
wanted
think
to pick your head about it. Because I was like, this is not just what you guys think. It's something. When I was sharing it with Danny, I was like, yeah, it's not just a candle. Let's start there. It's not
yeah.
just a candle. Shout out to Danny K. All
Okay.
right. So,
My radio bestie.
okay. So now we're going to get into the favorite part of the conversation to me,
Okay.
because I feel like everybody can either relate or take something away from it.
Hmm.
So the first half is within business or personal. What is a high that you can say, Taquicia, you did that? Like pat on the
Hmm.
back,
Hmm.
like you're just hoorahing everywhere. You're just super proud of yourself.
Okay. I would say actually getting in front of people. Like I'm like, even right now, I'm like crazy nervous. But
You
just for
wear it so
me,
well.
but thank you. I've had a lot of practice. But getting in front of people and not like crawling underneath my table at events. Um, I'm proud of myself when I do that, because this taking me one step further outside of my comfort zone, you know. Um, but yeah, just getting in front of people and actually creating something that people enjoy, you know. That's what I'm like, damn girl, you know. You know.
Doing it.
Yeah, you know, so that I can say when I know that, when I like you know, the feedback that you give me, I'm like, okay, you know, I would get up in Tootsie Roll, but I'm not gonna do that, you know.
Come on, Tootsie Roll. I love it. Okay, so on the other end, of course, when you have your highs, you also got your
Mhm.
lows.
Oh yeah.
So, what was a point in your life, business or personal, where you question yourself? Should I continue to do what I'm doing, or should I stop?
Mhm.
Or is this even for me? My hands are
Right,
up. I just don't know what to do next.
right.
What did you do?
Mhm.
What was the thought process, and how did you push through? Because, of course, you're still here today. So, you were able
Right,
to move past that. So, go
right.
ahead and give us an event in your life that happened.
I can say last year, which I can say probably for everyone, was pretty tough, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Although I consider myself like an introvert, and me being at home, it's just like, okay, we got to stay home. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, so that was my process, because I'm a homebody.
Mm-hmm.
But over time, I guess it just gave me so much time to just think and reflect, you know, like, is this really what I want to do? You know, because I'm like, there are so many candle companies out there. I know we're all different in our own way, you know. I was like, does the world really need one more, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So then I had to shift my thinking. It's like, it's more than just the candle, it's coming from me, because there's only one me, you know. So this is a form of expression for me. So it was pretty tough getting to that point. A lot of journaling, you know. I started going to yoga, taking meditation classes, which I can honestly say has really helped me a lot. Not saying that I got it all figured out, because I have my days still, you
Mm-hmm.
know, but I can say that I do utilize those tools to kind of help me push through when I have those moments of doubt. And I also stop going on Instagram so much, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because that can, you know, really feed into your doubt, you know, like, man, look at them over here, like they're really doing it, you know. And then I realizing that y'all are probably someone did reach out to me, another candle maker reached out to me, and they were like, man, I'm really having a hard time. And I'm like, really? But I see what you're putting out there, and it doesn't look like it, you know. So I think that was a shocker for me, and a wake up call. Like, man, just because it looks one way doesn't mean that that's what it is,
That's
you
right.
know. So I had to stop looking at everyone else and just focus on what I was doing. So
Mm-hmm.
that helped. That helped a lot. And I have an amazing support team as well. You know, um, my family, excuse me, my family, and my friends, they really don't let me get too down on myself, um, or for too long anyway. You're like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, you had your pity party. Okay, yeah, let's move on. You know, so I can say that it's not just me myself. I do have a great support system. So,
That's good. I feel like it's super important because you know you can't always be the strong person. Somebody needs to be
right,
strong for you too.
right, right. And even my kids, you know, I was talking to my son one day. We were coming home from basketball practice, and I was like, you know, I'm not really sure if this is what I want to do. And he was like, you know, mom, that may not be making candles may not be what you do forever, but it can put you in a position to get to that next level
Mm-hmm.
of, you know, where you want to be. And I was like, okay.
Come on, son.
You know, I was like, you might be all right, you know.
You all right with me?
You know, and my daughter too, like she's just like, mom, you just gotta do it. Whatever it is, just don't think too much, just do it. You know, but I can't help it. I overthink everything. So so
Well, with that being stated, how do
mhm.
you get out of your own head?
Oh, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out. So I'll take that back. Sometimes I'm able to just say, you know what, Taquicia, stop playing around and do what you need to do. You
Mm-hmm.
know, stop playing around, stop BSing,
Mm-hmm.
do what you need to do and get it done. You
Mm-hmm.
know, And sometimes those hard talks with yourself is what's needed, because you can hear it from other people. They can tell you that all day long, but until you're ready to receive it, and then two, when you're ready to just take action on it, I think that's when you're able to make a difference. So sometimes I do have those not so nice talks with myself. Like get off your,
So you gotta shake yourself up.
I'm saying, get it done. Like
Yeah.
I think about one of the last conversations I had with my aunt before she passed in 2017. And I was telling her, I was like, man, I got an invitation to go to Jamaica. My friend, someone backed out and she was like, you don't have to pay for anything. Just let's go, So, but I was torn because I was like, I didn't want to leave my kids. My daughter was turning 17 that same week. And I was like, how does that look? Me going out of the country. She's turning 17, And she told me, she was like, you know what, live your life. They'll be fine. She was like, live your life. Go on that trip, enjoy yourself. She said, believe me, time will pass and you will look back and you will be like, what did I do with my life? Oh, I'm getting emotional. And then that next week she passed,
Oh, wow.
So I think about that, and that's where I am right now. Like there are a lot of things that there are a lot of things that I want to do, that may not align with candle making, which is fine, So I just keep that in mind, to just keep pushing forward,
That's good. Thank you for sharing that. Because I just feel like it's important for us to pick ourselves up. It's cool to have a support system, but when that support system isn't there, not saying that they don't want to, but let's just say they don't know, because we don't share on an everyday what's going on with our emotions. We don't. So we just, for me, it's prayer. I'm like, Lord, give me the strength today to get through it, because I cannot do this by myself. And so just to have those talks and those moments with yourself, those moments with God, it's like a reminder. There's a reason why I woke up today to keep pushing.
Right.
So thank you for sharing that.
Oh, no problem. No problem. I didn't know that was going to come out. I guess that's why you say genuine conversation.
Everybody's like, why don't you send me questions? No, we don't do that. That's so you can prepare these answers. So we're not doing that. All right. So what is one free advice that you are willing to give somebody that's listening? If they want to go into candle making or retail, or I need to make time for my business because I do go to 9 to 5, anything, just having a genuine conversation. Because I feel like nowadays we have so many consultations, and it's $5,000 and $10,000, and it's like, why am I paying you this much? So what would be one free thing that you will provide to where they can come, just a thought, where they're like, okay, I can take this with me from this episode?
It might probably sound cliche, but just believe in yourself. Like that can go so far. I've had a lot of self-doubt, along this roller coaster of a journey. I've had a lot of self-doubt, but when I really think about myself and what I mean to me, you know what I mean? I owe it to myself to do the best that I can and believe in myself to do whatever it is that I want to do. That's basically, that's what I would say. Just believe in yourself. I think it can get you pretty far. Believe in yourself and surround yourself with positive people. Of course, there are going to be people who say whatever they're going to say, but just surround yourself with positive people. I think
I love it. All right. So what's upcoming for you? How can people get in touch if they want to order from Sweet November? Let the people know.
Okay. Well, I'll be working with you on a podcast that I'm so excited about.
Whoop,
I
whoop.
cannot wait. Candles and Conversations coming soon. Um,
Love that name.
I know. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm nervous, but I can't wait. Website is sweetnovembercandleco.com. Yeah, that's it.
Mhm.
And Instagram, Facebook, Sweet November Co. Um, I need to restock my inventory. I had an event today and I sold out of everything. So
That's amazing. That's always a good
yes,
problem.
yes, I love that problem. That's a good problem to have.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't have any upcoming events coming up that as of today, I don't, but the
Mhm.
website, Instagram, Facebook, podcast. So yeah.
Boom, y'all heard it. All
Mhm.
right. So we always end the episode with a motivational moment.
Okay.
That can be a Bible verse, a quote, something of that nature, just to get the people to just think
Mhm.
about beyond what they may be going through, just to give them a little motivation. So
Okay.
today is it's a quote.
Okay.
You can either experience the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The choice is yours.
Mm.
Unknown. Wish I was able to find the person, but shout out to this person who created this quote because I thought it was really,
Mm.
really nice.
I like that.
So when I first read this, it kind of reminds me of the story of you going to Jamaica. It would have been the old ways of what if you didn't go.
Right.
And so I just think about that with the business. If I didn't start the podcast, where would I be? Probably still unhappy, working for corporate, just
Mhm.
doing some stuff I'm not supposed to be doing,
Right.
versus me, being obedient and doing this journey that I'm on right now. It has
Mhm.
opened up ample opportunities for me, even with just me connecting and helping and serving other people.
Right. Right.
So for me, it's like we only have one life.
Mhm.
We cannot sit and ponder on ideas. We can't sit
Right.
and ponder on projects. We cannot sit and ponder on business ventures. It
Mhm.
may not go the way we want initially, but you can always go back and say, I did it. At least I did
Right.
it.
Right.
And so it's to the point, pick your poison. Do you want
Yep.
to live life of regret? Or do you want to say that I did it, I learned something, there was some discipline, there was some lessons, there was some blessings,
Right.
versus one door saying that I quit or I didn't do it.
Right.
Go through this other door, you have so many other opportunities that you can go through.
Right.
So that's what I thought about when I read it. What
Yeah.
about you? What are your thoughts?
I I agree. I think I would much rather live with, okay, I tried, I did it, it worked, it didn't work, I can move on to the next thing rather than live with regret, you know. Like even there's some things that I wish I would have done differently, in my 20s. I'm like, dang, I should have done, or even in high school, like, oh, I should have done that. But it's like you can't go back in time. So it's just trying to make the best decision for yourself with whatever that situation is, just like that fork in the road,
For
you know,
real. Which one are you
like
gonna do? I
which
know they
which
got
way
the
do I
red
go?
pill or the blue pill
You
from
know,
mm-hmm.
so it's difficult. It's like sometimes I won't lie. Sometimes I make my decision. I say, "F it. This is what I'm gonna do." I'm
It be like
sorry.
that. It be like
I'm like,
that.
what? I'm just gonna do it and
Mm,
just see what happens. So if I know it's not for me, okay, I did. I'll never have to do it again. Instead of saying, I wonder what would have happened if I would have, went down that road. So, but yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. We cannot
Mhm.
live life with regret anymore. Okay,
Mhm.
people,
Nope.
now listening,
Don't do it.
get
Don't do
started
it.
today.
Yeah, do it right now.
I know, right?
Right.
Well, that is the end of the episode. Did you have any last thoughts? Do you think I forgot anything that you want to mention right now?
No, I can't think of anything. I really enjoyed myself. I was
Okay.
I'm telling you, once that once I hit that Zoom call, I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? I was so nervous, but you made it very comfortable, so made me feel very comfortable. So I appreciate that.
That is the goal, ladies and gents. That is the
Girl.
goal.
Yeah.
Accomplished.
Yes.
Well,
I
I
feel
thank
very good.
you so much, Taquicia, for coming on today.
Oh, no
Um,
problem.
ladies and gents, she gave you all the information. Sweet November Co. Make sure that y'all go support. I am an advocate. I can say it smells good, and I just love the utensils. I
Mhm.
can't wait to start trimming mine. I mean,
Yes.
it's just so
That'll-
cute. I'm just so
that'll-
excited.
yes. Trim it before you light it. Every time you extinguish the flames,
Mhm.
trim your wicks and relight it.
See, I didn't know. Okay, thank you. Because I was
Mhm.
thinking that it had to go down a little bit, but
Mhm.
just trim it just a little bit at the top.
Just look. You should trim it. Your wick should be a quarter of an inch above the wax. So
Mm.
once you burn it, try not to burn it for longer than 4 hours. I know that's what we do. We burn it 24 hours.
True, true.
No longer than 4 hours. Let it cool off. Trim the wick. If it needs, sometimes it may not need to. It may not need to. You be able to
Mhm.
kind of gauge that, and then that'll help keep your candle looking nice and even and pretty. I find myself when I go to people's houses, I'm looking at their candles like, you ain't trim your wicks. That's
Ah,
sad.
people stuff like, you need to do better. I love that. Well, I thank you again for just
You're
coming on,
welcome. Thanks for having
sharing
me.
your story. It was just a pleasure to just let me pick your brain today.
I appreciate it.
All right, ladies and gents, if you haven't, please make sure that you subscribe today. If you're listening to this morning, noon, evening, or night, have a great one, and we'll see you guys next Monday.
Sure. Bye.